YouTube, what's up? Part 7, Inbound. I appreciate you all so much for following along with Horizon Zero Dawn with a Therapist. Whether you have seen this game many times or whether this is your first time going through it, thanks for allowing me to guide you through this wonderful world. I hope that what I have had to say so far has been meaningful in some kind of way. I assume that it has been if you're still sticking with this. Not sure exactly what we're going to be doing tonight, but I'm sure that it's going to be fantastic because that's how this game has been. So leave a like, leave a comment, follow the links in the description, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed to the channel. Those of you that sometimes you just, you start binging, you start watching, you don't realize you're subscribed. Your engagement on these videos means the world to me. I read every single comment that comes through. It really helps these videos hit the algorithm. Thank you for contributing to the growth of the channel. All right, let's clear out this bandit camp, huh? We'll see if there's no way I'm going to stealth this. I just sort of have to assume at this point that I'm not going to stealth this shit. It's not my forte. These are so menacing. It's always just like rainy and shitty. I want to know what kind of technology they have that makes these things so that it always rains.
Sorry to spoil your fun.
I'd be curious to know what kind of fun that person was having, but... God, you live this, like, long, full life, and then you die by just getting sniped by a Nora in the bushes. What a brutal way to go.
Move along now.
Oh. Let's let them calm down. Uh-oh. 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 You don't see the dead people. You don't see them. We're cool.
Off you go.
Yeah, everything's fine. You didn't hear shit. That person was screaming because they were watching Scream 2 on their mobile device. And then they just ran and went to the bathroom to watch the rest of it, and that's why you don't see them. That Karja classic. Right. Clipper, thank you for the fourth wall membership giveaway, friend. I appreciate that. Exclamation point, enter in chat. Basic membership gets you access to the monthly drawing.
She went that way.
Just call me Aloy Fisher. baby. That person sounding the alarm? No. Those of you that won, please.
I win.
All right. Well, it was fun while it lasted. That guy had a literal gun and he couldn't even hit me. These people are using the technology of the old ones, it seems. That or they've learned how to make devices that hurl projectiles toward their target. This is a bit intense, though. Alright, this is going okay. We've alerted a few people, but not the entire camp. Okay, can't go in there. Too tough. God damn it.
That's an alarm. Would make enough noise to bring in more.
Need another run at the signal. Gotta pick you apart shot by shot.
Woo! All right. No alarm. Hoorah! I didn't have to go full Aloy Wick, but we got it.
Calm.
All right.
Wild as beasts. It's like the metal devil.
These are pretty fun to clear out. I gotta say, like I enjoy it. Let's sell. Sell all of these. All right. Got a little nil in you after all? I know. It's kind of the it's kind of the shitty thing about this is that like I basically give Nil a hard time for being like Mr. Vigilante and then I come in here and do it anyway. Problem with video games, man, is I don't get all the content unless I do all the content.
The corruption drives the machines to attack. Never seen that.
Is what it is, I guess. God, we just always walk over the dead bodies too. Just everybody's just like, yep, this is ours now. Steal all their shit.
Forget about traveling light.
Man, look at all this stuff. Oh, baby.
All Mother, purify the machines. Cleanse them of corruption. We will fight the corruption till the last of us is fallen.
All right.
Free their time will come too soon.
I'm getting too old.
What's this? Oh shit! Look at this. Say hello to my little friend. Oh yeah, yeah.
Protector.
I love how Aloy just intuitively knows how to operate a rocket launcher. Gonna kill people on their way down. Yep. We talked about Isaac Newton here. Deadliest son of a bitch in space.
You've given us such a blessing. We will not forget it.
Cool, man. All right. Let's talk to the trader one more time, then let's get the hell out of here.
Machines. It's
Wish they had a thing where it was like, sell all the stuff that's only for merchants. What do you think the merchants do with all this stuff?
version of nature hate made.
Treasure. Oh my god, look at all this. Oof. All right. They merch it. Yes, they merch it. Yeah, they sell it to other merchants. Yeah. Yeah. All right. God, we got plenty of wood. Free sample box. Don't mind if I do. All right. Got some fast travel packs. All right, so now that's good. Now, where do I want to go here? That is taken care of. We've liberated the camp. Valley Meat Hunting Grounds. Corrupted Zone. More hunting grounds. Bunker. Quest. Alright, let's go. So, a daughter's vengeance. Jan, a young Nora, is worried about his sister Nakoa, who left the Sacred Lands to find her father's killer. Yeah, let's go do that. Oh, that's at the day tower. Okay, so that's at the tower. So we did that. We've already been over there. Hunting for the lodge. Talk to Lygan, complete 3 trials. City of the Sun is Meridian. All right, so I guess we're gonna go to... I guess we're gonna go back over here. Maybe I'll liberate this camp first. There we go. Got it. Kirkland's signature fast travel packs. Yes, indeed. Yes. There's got to be a Costco in Meridian, right? Has to be. No doubt. That's why everybody's there. That's why the Nora don't want us to go to Meridian or go to the Tainted Lands, because there's better prices. There's better deals out there.
The smell of rain. Air is heavy with it.
Nora got that markup right now that they don't want people to know about. They got one of those city targets. I think the city targets are like total trash. They never have what you want.
Black smoke, red tatters. More bandits like the ones at Devil's Thirst.
Bandit camp. Two teeth. Two teeth bandit camp. Is there fall damage in this game? Yes. How? What? What?
That's their alarm signal. Better keep them off it.
All right, we're going loud. Nope, nope, nope. Nope. No!
Hear the signal fire.
Okay, alarm's down.
Turbo chaps.
All right. That wasn't so bad. It's because you're playing on the easiest difficulty, Dr. Mick. If you played on the harder difficulty, it would have been harder.
You can see them. They can't see you.
I don't know, man. It seems realistic that if somebody took an arrow to the face, it might be the end of them. That seems more realistic to me than somebody taking like 30 arrows before they die. I have not been getting actual comments like that. People have been cool about it. I think people get it. Like, why would I waste my time? Like, this is already going to be like 50 episodes. Why would I waste my time? Like, adding like 5 episodes worth of combat length, you know?
Looks like I'm clear.
Watch me fight this sawtooth for 45 minutes. And then watch me fight another one for another 45 minutes. Alright, camp liberated. Let's go. Honestly, I find it more enjoyable this way anyway. Unless I'm playing Elden Ring, you know, or a Souls game that's like intentionally designed to be difficult, I'm not as into like kicking my own ass with video games anymore. I don't have the time. Mass Effect Insanity Run was a special kind of fun. Yeah, not to be seen again. I learned my lesson on that.
Might regret this.
Nah. All right.
Whoever's in charge here might know if Nakoa came through.
Did Nakoa come through? Where is Nakoa hiding? What up, Karja?
Nothing but trouble. That's all there
Gotta
is.
take
in
over
the
my
new
brother's
world.
shift today. Sure as the sun's rising, he's off courting that noble girl.
Come, take a look. I'll give you a good price.
I heard you talking about trouble in Banuk lands.
Was that out loud? Ears must be getting worn down from all those long leg blasts. But you heard right. I'm fresh back from the cut, looking for better scavenging and better shards.
I guess you didn't find them up there?
Not with the Banuk wailing about new machines and talking spirits and their purses frozen shut. What's a trade route without trade? It's just a route.
Yeah.
There's a trade route. I thought the Banuk kept to themselves.
We Oseram and the Banuk are neighbors after all. What's a few mountain ranges between friends? I have some acquaintances out there still trying to dig a living out of the ice, but they say nothing seems to stick. All the superstitious nonsense and rampaging machines aren't helping.
What were these new machines and spirits?
Honestly, I don't even know. Going by the number of Banuk funerals, I'd say the kind you turn away from.
Not really my style.
Well, if you reach my grand old age, you might prefer picking up after hunters in the Sundom. It's warmer, too.
Well, you could put a shirt on. That might help.
What is this place? The Cut?
When the Karja took up swords and hacked away at the edge of Banuk land, they left the Cut behind.
So a battleground from the war. Like the valley outside the Sacred Land.
Mm-hmm. Mountain Pass in the far north and east will get you there. It's open to outlanders, hardy ones, like you. Just don't expect much of a welcome. Especially not now.
Thanks,
New
man.
machines and talking spirits? I'm interested.
Thought as much, just looking at you. Don't say you weren't warned. There's a slip of a trail through the northeastern mountains, past what we call the Grave Horde. You won't miss it. You'll find what passes for a town on the other side. Maybe someone there can talk you out of it.
Maybe. Maybe not. Thanks for the information.
I've got all the best goods here.
Into the Frozen Wilds. That is the DLC, I believe. So we'll wait on
You'll
that.
like what I have for sale, I promise.
Wash this clean, and then I'll see what I can do about the rest.
This is cool.
So they're Oseram in the Sundom now.
Won't cost
I
you
get
a
up,
shard just to
I
look.
work. Same as always.
Ma'am, I think you're just kind of putting the dust from one spot into another spot.
Come, take a look. I'll give you a good price.
No dustpan. Just moving it from one spot to the next. But hey, who am I to judge?
Buy what you need, leave
You
the rest.
do your work, I'll do mine.
Who's your commander?
Captain Balan. You can find him in the parapet over by the ridge.
Don't mind the work. Better than worrying about my next meal.
You'll regret not stopping when you're in the thick of it.
So there are Oseram in the Sundom now. I get up, I work, same as always.
I've never broken bread with
These aren't goods, they're necessities.
Seems like people are generally cool with the fact that I'm here.
sister and son for. So willing, she say.
The balance is kept toward shadows.
How do you do?
Captain Balan? I have questions for you. First, about another Nora woman who might have come through here. And second, about the trail to Meridian. What can I expect on the way?
Well, it was definitely another Nora. No way I'd forget that. She caused an incident. As for what to expect on the trail, nothing good. More machines all the time, and our scouts report corruption that way as well. So much for sealing things off. Keep to the roads. They're safe enough. Though after what you did at the gate, I'll wager you don't scare easy. It's a good quality. I could put it to use, if you don't mind a quick jaunt back east. I know it's bold of me to ask a favor after you just did one, but I can offer you answers in return. If there's anything you need to know about the Sundom.
There have been multiple times in multiple playthroughs where I have talked about the point that I am going to talk about right now, but it's because it's incredibly important. We just met this guy. So there is inherently going to be, skepticism is not the right word, but you're not going to be immediately entitled to or in touch with the type of like intimacy and familiarity that you get with a person over time just by virtue of getting to know them. Like, it's not even from like a standoffish kind of way. It's like a literal, I don't know you and I have to feel you out before I'm going to know how to properly engage with you kind of deal. It's a very important moment in an engagement and in the trajectory of a relationship to be mindful of. And it's one that sometimes people are not particularly adept at because they will get lost in their assumptions and their fears and whatever else it is that influences them instead of taking into account the moment at hand. So how do you cut through that? This guy did a really nice job of making a request and inviting Aloy in by empathizing with what her experience of his request might be like. And there is so much utility to that when you are asking for a favor or trying to work together to solve a problem or exchange information. When he says to her, I realize that this might be a bit odd or off-putting for me to ask for a favor when you have already done one for me. That softens the blow of asking Aloy to do something else for him. Now, Aloy is always within her rights to say no if she's not into the idea. Like, you can always set that boundary. It's totally fine. But that little piece of empathy of Aloy's experience is something that is potentially more likely to invite her into saying yes, because there's a recognition of the impact of that request on her a priori. So if you want to call it an example of empathy, you certainly can, where he is making an assumption about what his experience of that request would be, and then he's using that to, he's communicating that to Aloy as a means to try to connect with her experience. Yeah, Aloy could certainly say like, hey, it's not weird for me at all. You can ask me to do a task at any time. But I personally, DrMick, don't like the idea of somebody I don't know from a tribe I'm not connected with making a request of me when I don't know who you are, because I have no context for what that agenda is that I would be following by complying with your request. So a very small but important way to cut through that is to empathize with that person's potential experience of what it is that you're bringing to the table. And it's something that a lot of people miss out on. I think it's very important to monitor the potential impact you may have when making a request or giving a directive. It doesn't mean you're correct. It doesn't mean that you necessarily have to modify that behavior. But reaching out and connecting with that person prior to that request is a really good way to build some rapport. And it invites her in. And I like that a lot. He was very tactful with the way that he did that. And I think it's neat. Not to say that I trust him unconditionally right now, but he says, like, you know, I can give you stuff in exchange. I'm not expecting you to do this out of nowhere. I recognize that we're still getting to know each other. Like, there's a lot in there that we can glean from how he engaged with her. And that's cool. I also really appreciate, so man, there's a lot of good stuff in here. One of the other things that I really appreciate about this engagement is this guy did arguably the healthier alternative to what the medicine guy did a couple episodes ago. A Nora came through this camp and caused what he said was an incident. And he did not immediately cast judgment or a generalization on Aloy as a result of that. He didn't do the, oh God, another freaking Nora coming through here. He didn't call up the guards to go attack her and escort him. He just said, like, yeah, there was a Nora that came through here, caused an incident, but he didn't assume that Aloy was going to cause an incident just because she's a Nora, and then he has recency bias on that. And I appreciate that immensely because, again, it makes for better diplomacy and relations between me and this specific Karja person because he's giving Aloy the benefit of the doubt that she's not on the same trajectory as the previous Nora that came through the camp was. And it seems like he can even connect with the fact that Aloy would want to look for her. That's really good, sophisticated stuff there on his part. And it's far better than what we saw from the guy in the medicine shack that basically was like, as soon as he realized Aloy was an outcast, it negated literally everything that his experience was of her. So another lesson to be learned from that guy is that you got to be mindful of the ways that recency bias might affect the way that you engage with new, unrelated people. And he's basically like, yeah, I'll give this person the benefit of the doubt until proven otherwise. Pretty nice. Whew. Let's see what the favor is.
What do you need, Captain?
I sent several patrols east when we got word of corrupted machines there. I'll let them confirm my fears, so I sealed the gates. But it looks like we left some men behind when they were closed. Waleed, tell them what happened.
Machines attacked us near an abandoned Nora village, sir. Lakir told us to pull back. Then I lost sight of the others.
Never seen a Nora woman before, soldier? Have some respect. Report to her, not to me.
Lakir always stresses reporting back, so that's what I did. I felt terrible about leaving them behind.
Now that the gates are open again, I can send someone after them.
My brother. Oh. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Know your audience. That is an amazing display of respect. It really is. That dude is like, I know who we're talking to right now. And he uses his position of power to assertively, he wasn't an ass about it, to assertively push that guy to address Aloy directly as a sign of respect to her. That's awesome. And what like a new experience for Aloy in that way. But that, you want to talk about getting some buy-in? That's a hell of a first impression there. That guy notices essentially what amounts to a microaggression. And he's like, nope, don't do that. Talk to her. Don't talk to me. That's how you use your role in a position of power and privilege to ally with a person in front of you, is to teach others how to engage with the audience that's in front of you. I admire that immensely. What a badass moment there. That is a moment that all of us can learn from. Know your audience and engage with your audience instead of expecting people to assimilate with you. There's some real flexibility there. She is also more likely to respect Karja norms as she learns them because he showed some degree of respect for Nora norms. Like, she doesn't have to fully assimilate into the Karja realm just because she's with the Karja. He doesn't have to fully address her in the way that a Nora would be addressed. They have to work together. Well, that's one of the ways that you work together. Being the person who is in the position of power in the immediate environment where Aloy is the foreign entity to say, hey, dude, you need to talk to her directly because we're speaking to a Nora and that's important both to them and just in general as a sign of respect. So do that. Amazing display of hospitality. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, it's hard for me to answer that, Fractal, with any kind of short form. The best I can say is it depends. Really depends on the situation.
Can't you send more soldiers to find the missing men? What about Waleed here?
Most Nora still don't take well to the sight of Karja armor. Officially, it's a risk to send patrols so close to your sacred land. I'd prefer not to do that again. But heading that way won't be a problem for you.
Please say yes.
What was that, soldier?
Nothing, sir.
That is probably the most empathic way that that guy could have said the Nora are dangerous to us. It's reality. He doesn't have to shy away from reality. The Nora don't like us. They don't take too kindly to our armor. They don't like what they see, and they fight. They shoot at us. So it's dangerous for us to go do that. He's not being shitty with Aloy about that. That's the thing I admire so much about this, is he's not making a generalization about Aloy because of that. He's just like, look, this is our reality. The reality we live in is that if the Nora see our armor, they attack. And I can't afford to send my men that way as a result of that. You probably have your reasons, but that's not safe for us. That's the reality that they work with. And I admire that he is so upfront about that. He says that without judgment. He doesn't say, you know, your shitty ass clan shoots at us like a bunch of freaking heathen cave people. He doesn't say that. He's like, yeah, it's dangerous for us to go out there because they shoot at us when we go out there. That's facts. This dude, off the charts respect for the way that this guy's showing up here.
What is this place exactly?
Day Tower marks the eastern edge of Karja territory. A trading post, a way station. One with an ugly reputation among your people. During the reign of the last Sun King, many Nora were taken captive, then gathered here for transport to Meridian and sacrifice. But the sun set on that. I was appointed by the Sun King Avad to make sure old Karja at this outpost show respect to the Nora.
Where do things stand between your tribe and the Nora now?
Sun King Avad wants peace. So do the matriarchs, I'm told. But old wounds are slow to mend, and both tribes are proud. My task is to make sure there are no further provocations from the Sundom. Especially now after... well, while your people recover from this terrible attack, I mean.
They appointed the right dude. Holy crap.
What's Meridian like?
It's a changed place. A living city. Nothing like it was during the rule of Sun King Jiran. Avad, our new king, has done all he can to make sure of that. Slavery has been abolished. There's a new alliance with the Oseram. And the Sun Ring, where so many Outlanders were killed, is now a memorial to the fallen.
It sounds as though you approve of the new Sun King.
He is the chosen of the sun, and what the Sundom needs after 10 years of war. A calming light, not a scouring one. Sun King Jiran would shed blood at any slight. For Sun King Avad, that's a last resort. Lucky for those who slight him. Some whisper in the shadows that he's weak. No. Peace is strength, as the sun shall show.
So the Karja are allied with the Oseram?
Hard to believe, but it's true. Mad Sun King Jiran raided the Oseram for years. Avad managed to get them on his side. He had help, of course. Ursur and Eren played a part. Oseram siblings, bigger than life. They gathered an army to free Meridian. I marched with them. Scaled the North Cliff with my men and secured the Temple of the Sun. Sent Jiran's kestrels and priests packing. Now Oseram are a common sight in the city. And a common sound, too. They sure bicker a lot.
Man, you know, this really speaks to the importance of knowing your workforce. I'm a huge believer in promoting people or placing people in positions that are akin to their ability to use their strengths. This says a lot about Sun King Avad, that he could recognize that this guy possesses the diplomatic skills and empathic capacity to occupy such a complicated role. It shows that Avad, at the least in this circumstance, understands his constituents, understands the general political interfacing that happens here, and said this guy is adept at these skills and should be in this position to interface with the Nora. That is excellent leadership. He didn't necessarily promote this guy. Maybe he did, but he didn't promote this guy, I'm guessing, because he's got seniority. He didn't promote this guy because of nepotism. He literally said, this guy is well suited for this position, thus I'm going to put him there. That's great. Fantastic stuff. It says a lot about, that's the kind of thing that's going to, as a representative of the Nora, who has been given a particular type of story about the Karja, and knows a bit of the history of the Karja and the Nora, that's one of the things that is going to help change the internal representation of the Karja, by having somebody like this guy in this position who can empathize with that past experience, own up to it rather than hide from it. He's not denying that they took Nora's slaves. He's acknowledging that they did and that they're trying to do different. That's what leads to bridges being built. When you just try to stuff history and act like the bad shit you did didn't happen, that does nothing but fan flames, because it is just sociologically invalidating. I love the willingness to own up to the reality of what happened, and then the attempt to shift the representation. What a hefty job that this guy takes on, and he's, as far as I'm concerned, doing a great job.
Did an Oseram named Olin come through here?
Twice. He was part of the royal delegation to the Nora, and they passed through on the way, then back. And they brought back stories of a vicious attack on your people. My condolences, of course.
Do you know where Olin is now?
Not exactly, but he was on his way to Meridian. I'm certain of that. Everyone goes to Meridian.
Now, something a bit interesting that I'm noticing about Aloy, and maybe some of you have noticed this as well. His platitudes and condolences directed toward the Nora people don't really seem to do much for Aloy. Like, it just kind of bounces off of her. She's just not, and I don't mean that in a bad way. But he's like, you know, my condolences for what happened to the Nora, and Aloy's like, cool, but tell me where he went. Like, she's very, like, task-oriented in this way. And I think it shows that she is not fully identified herself as Nora. So I'm only pointing this out because I think some might think, well, okay, so Aloy, you know, Aloy became part of the Nora, and maybe that's going to be something that impacts her, but her experience as being othered from that group is going to absolutely affect the way in which she feels some level of association with what happens to the tribe. I think she can probably empathize with how terrible it is for like a human to lose their life to an attack. But the generalizations of the Nora are not something that are going to impact Aloy much. So if you're this guy, you're reading that. Like, this is the type of thing that you, like when you're interacting with people, this is the kind of stuff that you can use to get an idea of where people are coming from, is to observe their responses to certain things. Don't just focus on what you say, focus on their reaction. Aloy doesn't get, like, she doesn't get upset here, she doesn't start crying, she doesn't say, thank you, you know, your condolences mean the world to me, or like anything like this. Aloy's like, no, just, you know, tell me about Olin, tell me where he went. And so if I'm him, I'm filing this away and I'm going, that's really interesting. So there's a seeker, a literal seeker of the Nora tribe that's in front of me that is feeling some level of disconnect, or is at the very least not overly identified with the tribe. What does that tell me about what might be happening in the tribe? Because I, as a diplomat who has to interface with the Nora, don't necessarily get to go into Nora camps and understand the full political proceedings of what's going on. So it's just a little window that you can use in watching her reaction to this stuff. It also means that he doesn't have to waste a bunch of time expressing condolences every single time he engages with her, that where he's going to connect with Aloy is on tasks. and is on things like, you know, these favors and on her directives and her own personal agenda, all that kind of stuff. So the moral of the story of why I'm stopping to say this is that if you really want to connect with people, particularly at the outset of your engagements with them, you should be watching and observing and paying attention to the way that people respond to things. Really take in how people present themselves, because it can give you information. And it's not always, like, Aloy's not intentionally doing that, but it's a pattern of behavior that I've noticed here over the course of this interaction in particular, where the platitudes and condolences don't really do much for her. Jump Bobby, thank you very much for the raid.
Is there anything more you can tell me about the road to Meridian?
Sun King Avad has devoted considerable resources to making it safe. But by the Sun's witness, it's been harder to control in peace than it was during the war. The machines grow more dangerous all the time. Add to that bandits and new reports of this corruption. We're stretched thin to protect a few outposts like this one. As for everywhere else, well, travel at your own risk.
Okay, so he also hates it. Bandits are an interesting concept for me.
You said something happened with Nakoa.
The Nora girl? Yes, something happened. Attempted murder. Prefect Zaid can tell you more about it. You can find him near the main tower, up the steps.
Wait. Saeed is here?
He is. Look, I've heard what your people say about him, but he swears it's a case of mistaken identity. If there's a shadow to him, I've never been able to prove it, and the forbearance he showed towards this Nakoa woman was impressive. Oh, speak to him. Maybe he knows where she went. And try not to assault him, please.
I'll see what I can do about your missing men.
I would be grateful, but not as grateful as Waleed. You hear that, lunkhead? You might be off the hook.
Please say yes. All right. God, that was great. That was a wonderful interaction. I really enjoyed that.
Been here 3 times this week. Still can't believe it.
At least you don't put on airs.
Before we talk to Zaid, I would like to take a second to put a broader concept out on the table here for us to be mindful of as we meet the Karja and as we go through potentially meeting other tribes. This entire engagement here with all of these individual Karja folks at this outpost is incredibly important from a representation standpoint. When you are distant from groups of people that have been defined as some sort of classification, in this case, people are delineated by like tribes. You have like the Karja, the Nora, etc. Your default always is going to be to make generalizations about that group because you only understand it as a group. Any Nora who has never met a Karja in their entire life only knows what they've been told about the Karja and is going to develop a identity of the group, which is going to be built on a bunch of like generalizations that are pulled from like bits of data rather than the whole story. And we all do this. We all do this. We have very limited myopic views of groups that we don't actively participate in and interface with because we simply can't know all of the nuance of what it is to be part of that other group. But what we do when that happens is we develop things like stereotypes and assumptions, and we create certain attitudes and perceptions towards those groups as a result, and those attitudes and perceptions bias the way that we view that group going forward and any individuals that we may come across, particularly initially. it is deeply important to have a diversity of representation within those groups that we don't actively participate in. And this exercise of going through this Karja outpost is an absolute illustration of that. We get an opportunity to diversify our range of what the Karja are and do and are capable of, the stories they tell themselves, the traditions they have, by talking to different individuals that are within that group. It mitigates how myopic that gets. So that now, all of a sudden, you're not operating on very simplistic stereotypes and assumptions. Now you've injected nuance into your understanding of this group, which is more likely to push you into a space where you give people the benefit of the doubt when you come across them. It breeds empathy and understanding and curiosity. This is why it's so important not to just sit in your little homogenous bubble when you are navigating the world. Because if you do that, it is inherently going to inject tension into any kind of perception or interfacing you have with people that you don't perceive as being part of your group. In real life, social media does a really good job of pigeonholing us into these homogenous zones. And so you really want to make sure in your life, if you can, that when you come across the opportunity to diversify your representation of certain groups, you take advantage of that and you engage with it with curiosity and you really observe and take it in, because it will make you so much more empathic of a person. You'll be somebody that's easier to connect with, and it will absolutely influence your relationships in a positive way. And this whole exercise here is an illustration of that, which is why I wanted to zoom out and have a conversation about it real quick, because it's such a cool opportunity for Aloy. And it's not an opportunity that a lot of Nora get. A lot of the Nora have to sit in they sit in the sanctuary, they sit in their camps, and they don't interface with the Karja in this way. Only the Seekers do this. And they develop policy and narratives about the world as a result of that. Ideally, I would love to have Nora Seekers be in the positions of power when they come back, because they're more likely to make better decisions in that regard, because they've actually seen the outside world and can be much more diplomatic as a result. So anyway, a bit of a long one there, but really wanted to drive that point home, because it really sits underneath this entire experience here. Momus, thank you for the kind words. I really appreciate it. All right, so
It's not what I imagined when I was a boy.
let's talk to him.
But it's decent work keeping the city safe.
Now, we've been primed. I wonder how this guy is going to handle this.
You're Zaid.
And you're a Nora. I can tell from your tone you've heard of me. Let me ease your mind. There seem to be wild stories about me among your tribe. But the Nora have me mistaken for someone else. I'm not sure where the fault lies, but the fog of war often breeds confusion. Unfortunately, some refuse to acknowledge the error. So it was with the last Nora who came through here.
The last Nora who came through here. You mean Nakoa?
Is that her name? Oh well. It was a very unfortunate situation. She attacked me in broad daylight. If one of my men hadn't spotted her, I might well have been injured. But we were able to subdue her without harm.
What did you do with her?
I let her go, of course. It was clear she thought I was responsible for unspeakable things. So, in a sense, her actions were justifiable. I explained that she was wrong, then sent her on her way. Sadly, I don't think she believed me.
Now, I don't know the real story, so but he is at the very least empathic toward what she came in and attacked him. I don't know if he did the things that he's accused of doing. I don't have that information, so I'm not gonna just like immediately make all these assumptions about him. But the fact that he can say, like, you know, she attacked me and we subdued her, we didn't hurt her, I can understand why she did it, and I let her go and told her my story, like, that's not so bad. He wasn't like, you know, she came in and attacked me, so I slit her throat because I can't afford that kind of thing happening again. I want to know more about this. This is one of those moments where Aloy needs to be very mindful that she doesn't have the whole story here. And you can see her bias in her tone, and he's doing a good job reading that. You can see that bias in her tone with how she's engaging with him. Oh, you're Zaid. But this is the whole thing, right? Like, she thinks she knows something about him prior to meeting him. And maybe she does, but maybe she doesn't. It's all hearsay. So this is really fascinating because we don't know the answer. And for a lot of people, it's ridiculously hard to sit in the idea that you don't have the answer here. So many people would love to just choose a side here and go. Either be like, this guy's messed up, I believe Nakoa because she's a Nora, or say, no, Nakoa's probably wrong, this guy's probably correct, and Nakoa was misguided. We don't know which one it was. So your goal here is to try to gather as much information as possible, hopefully have a conversation with Nakoa, and then put the pieces together if that's something that you're interested in. But we don't need to make a call here. We just want to gather the info. But Aloy can't act like she knows something. The only thing she knows is what she's been told. But that doesn't mean that you know it. It just means you were told something. Doesn't mean it was true. Really fascinating engagement here.
Where is Nakoa now?
I don't know exactly. She left raving that she would find a way to bring me down. But I did hear a report from the garrison at Lonesome Rock that a young woman had been abducted by bandits. Might have been her.
Bananimus, thank you very much for the sub. Now, the question that I would have for him is, who are you being mistaken as? Like, I would love to know the answer. I would love to see if he's got any insight into that. If he's like, oh yeah, freaking Charlie. Charlie did that shit. And I hate it because Charlie and I look alike and everybody gets us confused, but it's Charlie's fault. And he's like, I don't know, then that's a little bit weird. It's like, okay, well, so you know about this and you're claiming that you're being mistaken for something, but you don't know who you're being mistaken for. Like, I would want more information here, but I would want to approach it with curiosity. It doesn't seem that we can do that, though.
So you deny participating in the Red Raids?
No, I didn't say that. I did have a role in those operations, albeit a very limited one. But all this nonsense about torture and murder, that wasn't me. They have me confused with some other commander. I don't doubt some of my comrades did bad things, but Sun King Avad has worked hard to eliminate such brutality.
A little dodgy. A little dodgy there. He gave us a little more information than he might have wanted to give there. You know, I appreciate that he can, you know, here's the thing is like, yes, is it cool to acknowledge the shit that you did in the past and that it was bad? Yeah. Just because you're trying to make it better now doesn't override the fact that you did some bad shit. And he's still in a position of power on the Red Raids. Now, again, we don't know what was going on for the... This is... God, man, I love this shit. We don't know what was going on for the Karja that made them do that. I'm not condoning it. I'm not condoning the fact that they did what they did to the Nora, okay? But I don't know why they did it. Like, I would love to know why. Because if we extend the same empathy to the Karja that we do to the Nora, then we have to give the benefit of the doubt to the Karja that they might have been operating on assumptions that just were not true. Right? Like the king could have said, the Nora have a nuke and they've got the launch codes and it's pointed at us and we got to take these people out or they're going to nuke the shit out of Meridian. Like he could have said that. And if he had enough propaganda and buy-in from his constituents to raise that kind of fear, they would mobilize. They would absolutely mobilize because that's all they know. This is what I'm talking about. Like, when you get these really basic myopic understandings of these other groups, it's a lot easier to control your constituents. All the king has to do is basically be like, yeah, these are terrible people, and they're raiding us and they're attacking us, and these bandits are all Nora, and you should be afraid of them. So we got to enslave them and capture them to send them to teach them a lesson. We've tried everything else. I've tried diplomacy. I've tried to talk to the matriarchs. I've tried to do this stuff. Nothing works. So we got to mobilize. We got to take to action. We got to get our military going. Like, we got to do this. And if the Karja don't have any kind of representation of the Nora to know any different, they're going to believe him because that's their leader. And they believe that he's anointed by the sun and all this other spiritual shit that goes into why they trust him. So, again, I'm not condoning their actions. The fact that they took the Nora in and enslaved them and all that shit, it's terrible. It's awful. And hopefully there's some level of accountability eventually that they'll see, that the people who did that will see for it. But you've got to step in, again, as like a seeker here who's in this position talking to this guy. There's more here than just a simple explanation of this. Based on my interactions with a couple of Karja here, it seems odd to me that they would just go and grab and enslave Nora. Like, that doesn't seem like it would be a go-to. Unless they have a mad king who's basically... That's the other thing, right? If they're like, enslave these Nora, or else I'm going to throw you and your family in jail. Or I'm going to kill you, or whatever. Like, we have no idea what kind of power that king had over these people. So, not condoning their decision-making, but there is likely a significant amount of nuance here that we don't have the information on. And because that's not relevant to the task at hand right here, it's not something that we need to like go deep into the weeds on. We can look at this guy and be like, you know, it sucks that you were a part of that. I hate that. But I also don't know why you were a part of it. And maybe there is reasons that you were. But the way he's engaging with Aloy right now in this specific moment, I would argue is very respectful. Like, he's not being an ass to Aloy. He's understanding, he's giving her information, he's owning up to who he is, he's telling his story. That's all Aloy can ask for right now in this moment. And now he's even told her where he thinks she might be so she can go find her. So, like, I'm not inclined to, you know, put a slug in this guy's head right now, given the fact that he is engaging with us in a meaningful way. The socio-political stuff that's around that is something that we can address later on when it's relevant to do so.
You've really gone out of your way to help, Prefect Said.
It's no trouble. The Sun King wishes to make amends with your people, and I am his humble servant.
I'll go to Lonesome Rock and get to the bottom of this. I promise you that.
You do that. And if our men are anything less than helpful, please let me know.
Man, you could cut that tension with a knife, man.
Arrested two for disorderly conduct last night. You don't want to know.
Yeah, may have even been as simple as they're uncivilized, so we must bring civilization to them if they want it or not. Yeah. The Karja went full United States. Yeah, absolutely.
Mark my words.
The derangement. Parchment scroll of glyph text and detailed anatomical drawings of machines. The derangement of the machines. Esteemed lords and ladies of the Sun Court, honored canes and patrons. Your concerns regarding the continuing derangement of the machines are noted. Though many seasons have passed since the first sightings of this frightful change, the Sun King is well aware that there is no longer a matter of reports from border patrols and Hunter's Lodge expeditions. One needs only look to the abandoned estate lands, indeed, the estates you owned, left for the jewel to reclaim, or to the empty freeholds of the common Karja folk. Know that the Sun King has taken every measure to protect Holy Meridian and the Maze Lands with renewed patrols. As for entreating the Sun, we believe the cause of the derangement cannot be the Sun's displeasure alone, for the years of sacrifice under Sun King Jiran produced no noticeable effect on the machines. His luminance and the Sun Priests are in agreement that, even if this is an ordeal set for us by the Sun, our suffering will not be reduced with blood. For your edification, I will recount what we have observed of the derangement. Of the simpler machines, the herd creatures, the gallopers, the scuttlers, where once they fled at the sight of men, now they are more likely to charge. The larger creatures, once only a menace to the inebriated and foolhardy, can be seen to lunge at the unwary with murderous intent. This is to say nothing of the coming of the Sawtooth, or its metal brethren, the Ravager, the Stalker, or that terrible giant, the Thunderjaw. Each one has proved a more capable killer of men than the last, each wielding a wider array of strange weapons. The wilds are no longer safe due to the hostility of these new machines, though to date they have not attacked a settlement within the Sundom. Outlanders have brought no shortage of fanciful explanations for this behavior. Some suggest that the machines have come to resent men for hunting them. Yet such a thing has never been witnessed among beasts of flesh and blood, and they are proven to be more capable of thinking and memory. Karja hunters and Asuram tinkers alike have attempted to understand the phenomenon by inspecting felled machines, but these appear no different to those harvested many years before derangement began, with the same assortments of wires, braiding, lenses, hearts, and so on. When these parts are subjected to the light of the sun, or to Asuram experiments with fire and spark, they react as they always have. The Banuk, however, claim to have recorded a change in the machine songs of the machine spirits, suggesting that these have become increasingly discordant. The Sun King has sent envoys to Ban-Ur to learn more, in the hopes that their mysticism might contain a truth when the rational light of the sun is brought to bear upon it. Of course, the Sun King graciously welcomes your own contributions to study of the derangement, asking only that they are delivered in written form and not during royal audience. His Luminance also hopes to dissuade you from participating in machine hunts during these uncertain times. The strength of a united Sun Court is the strength of all Karja. Respectful Tashadi, Court Envoy. God, that was a long-ass thing to have to read in that voice. Interesting. The derangement. See, we call it the corruption. They call it the derangement.
I tell you, never have children if you can avoid it.
Hear, hear, brother. Oh, man.
I haven't had a break in ages.
He says as he's sitting on the stool resting.
It's heavy. World's going white.
Don't let your guard down.
And to take over my brother's ship.
Can't trust him, not after what Jan told me.
Rise and ease off court.
That garrison is my only lead.
Stay busy, friend.
Well, don't you seem fresh-faced and ready for anything.
That's a me. Don't mind me stealing from the merchants.
I've heard rumors of this machine named Redmaw. Is it real?
His job is stool tester. Oh boy, that one, that's a job title that needs a lot of context.
Rain's only good for putting out fires and ruining moods. What would I do if I had more time?
It's a question we all ask, huh? All right. So investigate the Forsaken Village. I'm actually interested in doing that one for no other reason than he said that he would give us more information. So let's go do that.
These damn Oseram stirring up tensions.
And as we run over there, I would just like to say to everybody who's still watching this episode, whether you're on YouTube or Twitch, thank you so much for supporting my playthroughs. It means so much to me that you all watch these and engage with it and are willing to hang out and listen to what I have to say. I do hope you enjoy what I have to say. It really is awesome that you continue to support me in the ways that you do. A million things that you can watch on the internet. So the fact that it's me, hats off to you. Thank you very much. I'm not going to actually take my hat off, but figuratively, my hat is off to you. If you want to get a hat, check my merch store. It's a cool way to support the stream and my hockey team. My goodness, this game is gorgeous. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I hear big booms. Oh, there's big booms. What's up, big booms?
More than a part to take you on.
Depends on where you live, Pyro.
They're scary for me.
Usually anywhere from a couple days to a couple weeks, depending on what you order. All right. Jeez. I really do take a lot of fall damage, huh? Whoa, what's going on here? Yo, hey, hey, hey! I would never, dude.
The machines must have come across Captain Balon's patrol here.
Help! I don't want to go down like this!
Whoa, these ones shoot?
If there's anyone there, I could use some help!
I'm right here, bud.
Thank you. I'm alive because of you. Thank you for saving me. Please take this as a reward. Thank you. Now I know the kind of person I want to be. Watching you.
Take what as a reward? We're good. Investigate the Forsaken Village.
One of the Karja soldiers fell here.
Damn. Human deceased, massive trauma consistent with a machine attack.
The other soldiers must have retreated. But to where?
Can we find some tracks? There we go. Highlight track. All right, where'd y'all go? Oh boy.
This Karja fell far from the first battle. At least his death came quickly.
There's gonna be some kind of crazy ass machine. I'm calling it. Oh boy, we got longhorns over here. Oh.
This can't be the helmet from the last Karja soldier. Someone nearly lost his head here, then ran off.
Oof. Okay. We gotta find the helmetless wonder. This thing just made a noise. Of course he jumped in the water. Of course he did. Blood stains.
Blood everywhere. A machine dragged something into the water here. But maybe he made it to that island.
Oh, I bet it's gators. I bet it's gators, chat. Oh, there they are. Yeah, them's gators. What up, homies?
Blood everywhere.
Oh, God. Oh, gosh. Gators everywhere. Sorry. Thou shalt not take the Lord's name in vain in the presence of gators. Alligator Jesus, in particular, does not appreciate my violation of the commandments.
By the sun, I've
What is
never
that?
really done.
Snake?
I brought down all the beasts, but I missed out on the feasts.
What's up, bud?
I wasn't expecting to be found, especially not by Nora.
I wasn't expecting to find a half-clad Karjan soldier singing like a drunk.
I apologize for my behavior. I thought I was dead.
Fair.
Come on. Your commander asked me to bring you back to Daytower.
I refused to be led back to my outpost by Nora, like some prisoner.
Fine. Go by yourself.
Wait. Look, I got in a tussle with a snap maw. It ate the half of me that was armor and bow. The thief is still in the water. I can't go back without a weapon. Find my bow, please.
I'll get it. Just don't start singing again.
Oh, God. I'm going to let my pride get in the way, and then I'm going to make a request. I will not be escorted back by a Nora. But can you get my bow for me, please? Oh, man. Hey. I kind of like Aloy just being like, fine, go by yourself then. I don't need to put myself at risk for that. And he's like, no, wait. Now, this is one of those things where, like, you run into the clash between, all right, do you hold this guy accountable for his actions by producing consequences for the fact that he's snubbed? Or do you provide some alternative representation for him on the Nora? Arguably, given the fact that this guy is a soldier, I would like to assist in alternative representation of the Nora. And there's two ways in which this is going to happen. One is I'm going to go get his bow and I'm going to help him. And he's going to learn to appreciate that. The second is that his commander entrusted a Nora to go find him, which means that there's Karja buy-in on the existence of this Nora, which may be a little bit of a catalyst for him engaging with that alternative representation. So we're presented with an opportunity here that Aloy could very well just say, you know what, no, you figure it out on your own. I don't appreciate that. She could do that. But I think in the long run, this is the kind of thing that builds a diplomatic foundation between the Nora and the Karja, because the Karja have explained to us that they're trying to make a good faith effort. Well, I, as a representative of the Nora, can do that, and hopefully it leads to some widespread change where this guy's like, dude, I know we think the Nora suck, but a Nora helped me get past them gators and found my bow, and that was really interesting, and our commander believes in her. So what does that mean about the Nora and the way that they're represented to us? Very important. And Aloy, being in the position she's in, has that opportunity. Ekrail, thank you very much for the raid. Appreciate it very much. For folks who don't know who I am, I'm DrMick. I'm a licensed therapist. And I play games and analyze them in an effort to illustrate and educate about psychology, mental health, therapy, and more. So I do a lot of Let's Play content, including Horizon Zero Dawn right now. I pause a lot. I analyze a lot. If that sounds cool to you, stick around. If that seems like a stupid thing for you and you want me to just play the game, this is not the stream for you.
Let's get this over with.
Wrecked. Idiot. Yeah, where's your face? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right, bro. I'm gonna go get your bow. Did you see how easy that was? See how badass I am as a Nora? All right. I gotta go back on this crazy ass route that he took to get up on this rock. Honestly, this dude's pretty resourceful. Getting up here like this.
Here's your bow. Good luck out there.
Thank you. I didn't want to die in foreign lands like my men. May the sun light their passing.
Don't ever forget about what I did for you, bud.
Thanks for this. I need a minute to fix the bow up. The snap maw didn't do it any favors.
Do your thing, brother. All right, level 22 reached. Love that for us. Go to Lonesome Rock. Let's do that. All right, we got lots of exploring to do here. I got skill points to spend too. I suppose I should do that. Oh, okay. Silent takedown. Let's do that. Cool. Good shit. Well, let's rock. We got a long trip here. Oh god. Let's do some more gator hunting though, huh? Get these gators. Yeah. Ooh! Alright. It's enough gator hunting. It's very clear they don't want me around. We got that one. Probably should get mounted here and should probably check my phrasing on that too, but let's get ourselves, let's see if I can ride myself a bull. Can I ride a bull? If we could mount the gators, that would be super badass. Oh god! What up? Okay. All right. Guess we're not riding them. It's fine. It's fine. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I do mean it for you, though, idiot. Oh, I tried to do the slide tackle. Oh, what a shot that was. Dude, I'm a freaking big game hunter. Unstoppable. It's because you're playing on the easiest difficulty, Dr. Mick. You're not that good. You're not that special, man. That's like, that what took one shot there takes like 4 shots out of the hardest difficulty, man. I'm just a badass man. Look at that.
You again.
Could have, you know, I keep forgetting that I can fast travel. Keep just running everywhere. That's all right. It means you get more time with me, huh? I would love it if I could pass time.
The world beyond the sacred land. I need to find Olin and learn everything he knows. Who the killers were, how they saw me through his focus. Who the woman is. One who looks like me. Why they want me dead. Olin's trail leads to Meridian. When I catch him, he will talk. And he will pay for all the lives he's ruined.
Yeah. God damn. This would be really pretty at night. Whoa, look at that. There's a flying one. Neat. All right, what's in store for us? Man. All right, so we got a merchant down there. I want to go... God, where do I even want to go? Oh, there's just so much. So much in all its majesty. Let's go. Got some Red Dead vibes going on here. It's like when you get into Mexico. Alright, let's go. I want to go south because I want to go see what that blue, I want to go see what that blue marker's all about.
Easy, easy.
Watch out! Glinthawk!
Oh shit. Boom! No big deal. I'm a little bit of a badass. All right, I want to go south, which is the way we're going. This is good. Got some crab people. Crab people. Tastes like crab. Walk like people. Crab. All right. Oh, is this going to be one of those big-ass manufacturing facilities again? Ooh, a cauldron. Ooh.
So where's the signal my focus found?
Oh, I thought that was going to hit. Why not? Oh boy. All right, we're going down. Cauldron Road. Find an entrance. Oh no!
Some kind of liquid. Some kind of liquid. Going through that pipe.
Yeah, some kind of liquid. I just wanted to jump into it head first, Aloy. Oops. There we go. Whee! Man, what if Aloy missed that hook? Like, Aloy throws that hook shot and it just, whoops. What an amazing display of, like, depth perception.
Looks like I'm not the first to look for a way in. What a waste.
Wasted. Where's my corpse? Alright, there's probably multiple ways to get in here, I'm guessing. So... I want to go see what was in the other direction before we go down there. Now that we know that this is the correct way to go. Oh, it's not even a way. Alright. Oh man, this is gonna be nuts. Let's see how elaborate this one is.
I'm curious too. But I'm better prepared. I hope it's enough.
Yeah, but did they possess the thing that they needed to open this door? Like, what are they even doing coming down here?
Red light.
Damaging the turbine can reverse its direction.
What does it do? Looks like things are going my way.
Really, that's all it takes, huh? Man, I just love how elaborate these are. It's so awesome.
That rushing sound again.
We got these pods.
Need to find a way through that shell.
Oh, there's a big boy in here. Look at that. Big boy. Oh, he chilling. Look at him. He, oh boy.
Your work's done.
Oh god. Oh, what a shot. What a shot. Oh, I could have used a Ravager cannon on him. Whatever. It's fine. All right. All right. And we don't need to reverse that one.
All right, that should get me through.
Good. All right. Now we go. Oh, up here? Oh, I see. Okay, so I gotta go. Gotta go back up. Take me there. And down. Each one of these is like a Zelda dungeon. I like it. With cool aesthetics. Still can't, man, I can't believe this is a PS4 game. Truly. And yeah!
Uh-oh, spotted.
Yeah, no, the layout absolutely is like Destiny. It feels like I'm in Vault of Glass every time I go into one of these. Like total Athean vibes. Oh god, that's water. Okay. Just jump into the water. Open the door.
The machines collect blaze from the wilds, and it all flows here. Like blood to a heart. So the cauldron runs on life itself.
Holy crap. It's kind of hilarious to me that Aloy can just straight up deduce that automatically, but... Alright.
Get it while I can.
Oh god. Oh shit. What up, Mr. Relentless? Ugh. Oh god, water. Ugh. There we go. Woof. Alright, let's let's see what we got here, huh? Huh? What we got up there, eh?
Quiet now.
Not so big and strong now, are you? Ba, 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 ba. Yeah. All right, we gotta figure. All right, let's figure this shit out. How do we get up there? Perhaps we use this thing. Yeah.
Pass the test.
Alright. And where are we going? Where are we going? Nope. Okay. Well, that track doesn't... Alright, so that track doesn't go... God, these are so interesting. How do I... Alright, so we're gonna need to go back up there. And then... Yeah, we're gonna do this again. This is the way, but I don't want to hop onto that thing immediately this time. Like, let's take a little survey of the area. So... Box comes in. Oh, there's a bridge right there. Oh, okay. Wow. Okie dokie. Well, you know. Sometimes it's not that complicated. All right. Dude, this thing is crazy. Where does all this energy come from, though? I guess what it says from life force, but like, is it just perpetually energizing itself? Like, the power bill for the Nora's got to be off the charts. Solar? Yeah, I guess that could be. Although for how often it rains here, I don't even know how viable that would be. Be geothermal?
Definitely not scrapped.
Oh, here we go. Rotating transformer of unknown design, moderate impact, may reverse polarity. May support human weight. Wait, what was I just scanning? Where I entered from, I believe. Because you could see... Oh, is it? Oh, man. All right. Little turned around here, so let's take a gander. Yeah, so it seems like, so according to Aloy's deduction, the grazers and the, like, they get basically harvest organic material. And then pump it into this heart, and then this heart does something with it. And maybe it is to develop fuel for the other machines. Very well could be. I mean, I guess that would make sense to me. Okay, that's the room we came from. So... let's go over here. Jump over, Aloy. Nice. Okay.
That's where I need to go. The belly of this giant beast.
Belly of this giant beast. Damn, those things are flying.
That's where I need to go.
That's where we'll go then. Ooh, I wonder what we're gonna have to fight down there. Looks like a gator. Looks like we got a gator down there, chat. I wish there was more lore down here. Yeah, I want more stuff to read. All right, here we go. Down we go. You don't see me. You don't see me. You don't see me. You see me. Oh shit, I forgot how much that hurts. All right. Up. 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 Good.
This is about to get a lot harder.
That's what she said. Oh boy. Ugh. Ugh. Gator's a little easier to take down. Boy. All right, I gotta get rid of some of these. Some of these lame modifications. I only got room for purples, you know what I'm saying? All right. Let's go see what this gives us. Who can we override now?
That's it. More machines I can override.
Nice. Row overrides available. Trampler, Shellwalker, Ravager, Snapmaw, and Longleg. That's cool, man. Like, overriding a freaking Snapmaw? Oh shit, there was a log. Oh. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay, it's just like more of that code stuff. All right, so we knocked that out. There's another hunting ground. Man, we got a long journey to get to where we got to go here.
turning back.
Bridges are hard, man. I can take down anything in the wilds, but you want me to cross a bridge? You do all this epic shit and then you just fall because you didn't pay attention to where the edge of a bridge was with no railings. OSHA would not approve these bridges outside of these cauldrons. No way. Not with that big of a pit.
Fight's on.
All right. Ah, here we go. Nice dusty day. Good for the eyes. All right. Let's go this way. Jeez. Now it really feels like we're in Vegas. What's all this? Looks like a down plane. Maybe the black box is still intact, huh? There we go. Metal versus meat! Exclamation point. REXW Challenger Captain Chromosome keeps on coming, but can Man Muscles defeat Pink Slip? General Manager Zeke Garrett's vicious mechanical enforcer? Who will be hired and who will be fired? Whether you experience it real or by hollow, this will data corrupted. Oh, jeez. I want to know more. I want to know more about that video game. Or hollow or whatever it is. What is that? Glowing over there. Oh, it's just shiny. How, like, look how cool this is. There are PS5 games that don't do environment effects this well. This is nuts. I can only imagine how amazing Forbidden West looks if this game looks this good. It's so ominous. Machine convoy.
Another signal.
Tall neck signal. Ooh.
That tall neck must be the one sending the signal.
I'm down. Yep, we're playing Forbidden West as soon as we finish Zero Dawn. So, you got that to look forward to. Oh god, two of them? Here, kitty, kitty. Okay. Oops. There we go. Good. Woo! Boy, there better be some good shit in here for all that work. All right, I'm gonna slow chat down from talking about Forbidden West. This Forbidden West conversation is generally forbidden because we haven't gotten there yet. So we'll enjoy the wonders of that game when the time comes.
Now's my chance.
Oh, got another gator over there.
I need to get up to the tall neck's head.
But how? But how? I gotta get on that platform over there, it seems.
Here they come.
Alright, let's take that gator out from over here. Man, we get buku experience for killing these. They're so cool. Boy, that thing's taking a long stroll here. Damn it. What? Come over here.
This should be a good spot for jumping onto the tall neck.
Yeah. Gah. Let's do it. And yeah.
Okay, time to climb up to its head.
Do you think this is how they were intended to be serviced back in the day when these were created? Just as dangerously and non-OSHA compliant as possible? Alright. Oh, look at all this. Yeah. Alright, we got a corrupted zone. We got a bandit camp. We got a daughter's vengeance. That's what we want. Yeah. So badass. So you got a campfire up there. We probably go. I'm gonna hit that campfire to the. Just in case we ever need to come back over here for some reason. Man, more gators chilling. Fire discovered. Look at this. God, were we really all the way over here and we came? Jeez, man. No. Yeah, wow. Holy crap. We have really covered some ground tonight, haven't we? Also, I love this music right now. What's up? You alright, bud? Know who those folks are. Lone Light. Gotta be quests up there, right? Gotta be. Hey, you.
Nice and bright out.
Well, suppose that's relative.
Goods for necessities.
Howdy, folks.
Fine goods for a fair price.
So there are Oseram in the Sundom now. I get up, I work.
An academic
same as
scroll.
all.
The Old Ones. Myths of the Old Ones. Any Karja devout knows that the truth of the Old Ones is laid out plainly in the Articles of the Sun Faith. A twilight time came upon them, as is the cycle of things, followed by a long night, and finally our ancestors' birth in the new dawn. Since that dawn, Karja history has been writ with the path of the sun, not the faded glories of those who came so long before us. Even the leaves of the Old Ones, found by Ahriman, are long since cracked and fallen to dust. Nevertheless, collected here for study are the colorful beliefs of the Old Ones, held by other tribes, which may offer small insight into those tribes' primitive views of the world. The Oseram, as might be expected, view the workings of the world as a device, one where all things behave according to mechanical rigidity and not the sun's divine rhythms. The movement of the tribes, of the seasons, even the stars of the night, all are accounted for by this interlocking and complicated mechanism. The Old Ones were the caretakers of this great machine, but they neglected their duty to maintain it. The world machine thus fell into disrepair, and the civilization of the Old Ones collapsed with it. Now the Oseram use their myth to berate their other tribes as negligent, and to hammer upon their own importance. How convenient that their tinkers and metalworkers alone might learn this mechanism's secrets and improve upon it with their ingenuity. An even more fanciful tale of censure comes from the Nora barbarians. They believe that the Old Ones turned away from the teachings of the Nora's female god, the All-Mother, and eloped with the machines to build their mighty cities. Having failed to tempt the Nora to join them, the machines rallied under a great metal devil and attacked the All-Mother. In her vengeance, she stripped the machines of their wisdom, reducing them to the simple metal beasts we see today. Without the assistance of the machines, the Old Ones were left to wander as exiles, never permitted to return to the isolation of the Nora and their strange feminine rites. From the survivors of this so-called punishment grew the other tribes, and this is why the Nora showed distrust of all other outside their borders, for we all descended from the faithless and do not shun the trappings of the ancient world. Surprisingly, it is the Banuk whose belief is most similar to our own, though their mythology is bizarre in many other ways. They believed the Old Ones grew complacent, thinking there was no challenge they could not overcome, and in their pride were undone. Hence the Banuk give them no more attention than any other tribe defeated by the harshness of the Banuk land. In fact, many Banuk hunters point to the absence of ruins in Banur as a sign that the Old Ones were never strong enough to endure its challenges. They claim that only the machines and the Banuk have ever roamed there, and so they have nothing to learn from the ancients. The distant Utaru, however, believe that the Old Ones are still with them at all times. In Utaru ritual, those who die are returned to the soil, nourishing the land and living on through new growth. As long as the dead are remembered, they will contribute to the harvests and make them bountiful. Utaru see the richness of their territory, plain song, as evidence of this unique and disturbing cycle. Finally, as there are few living scholars of the Tanakh, we are regrettably denied any insight from that tribe. From what is known, though, it seems they have little concept of a wider history at all. But of course, this is what elevates a scholar of Meridian from a bloodthirsty raider, to be aware of all the sun's light touches, however strange and unlikely the tales. It's fascinating, right? Because, like, that's just because that's written down like that doesn't mean that it's all true. It certainly could be.
Not stopping when you're in the thick of it.
Right? It could be observation. There could be spins on it. But I do like how there is a level of attention to what other cultures say about what's going on. It's very cool to have all of that contrast.
It's what comes of letting women.
The Banuk, a small glyph book on cheap parchment illustrated with sketches of stern Banuk hunters. A guide to the Banur and the Banuk by the well-traveled Aram. Ah, the sun shines golden on these times where one can experience the whole world without leaving the streets of Meridian. For the gates are thrown open and the world comes to us. And yet, as I walked among the markets, I heard a question on the air again. What to make of the Banuk, these stoic, silent northern hunters, these men and women of the ice? Unfortunately for my investigations, Banuk outlanders seldom remain in Meridian long enough for exhaustive study. It is believed their cold blood does not take well to the heat. If I was to seek this knowledge, I would have to undergo the ordeal of taking up travel, pack and quill, and journeying to their homeland. And so it came to be that I spent a miserable time living among the Banuk in the frigid Banur. Though the Banuk speak of their territory in reverent tones, put plainly, it is the most uncomfortable place in the world. There is beauty, soaring glaciers of jeweled hues, billows of steam that erupt from the earth, whirling auroras in the skies above. Yes, yes, but the novelty quickly passes and the bone-freezing chill remains. It is a country of the moon, for in the day the sun is reduced to a needle's eye through the gray, and in the night the moon rises 4 times the width. There is no welcome, not in the land nor from its people, though I lived among one of their weraks, something like a group of families, but without the civility of a noble house. Each member must prove that they possess the will to survive alone. They seek to always be challenged, whether at the jaws of a machine or simply in their daily existence. I tried to explain my position, that a Karja faces a challenge, devises a solution, and then with the challenge overcome, can live in contentment. This concept horrified them. It was made clear that when I expected to sleep, I must dig out my own hollow in the snow for my tent. When I expected to eat, I must hunt food myself. I hid my disappointment. After all, I had participated in a hunting trial or 2 in my time and accepted. On the 3rd morning, I was able to bring down a rabbit, much like those seen in the plains, but with a downy snow coat. Upon presenting my prize to the werak, I received only blank stares until one indicated I must skin and prepare it. Reader, I will spare you the details. The experience nearly changed me to eat only maize bread forevermore. I had barely finished my gory portion before the Banuk set off on a machine hunt with their shaman, a man with machine bindings sewn into his very skin, perhaps another challenge to decency. He claimed to sense the machine spirits close by, and sure enough, the hunters and I followed tracks in the snow to a grazer herd. The Banuk made short work of them with their spears, and struck with a curious desire to prove myself. I threw myself into stripping a fallen machine for parts. Instead of praise for my initiative, I was subjected to the shaman's cursing and wailing, and hauled back to camp by a sullen hunter. Eventually, she explained that the machine spirits must be thanked for the gift of a successful hunt before any parts are harvested. Truly, I was despairing of the shifting wiles of Banuk culture and longed for the certainty of the sun's guidance. That night, mercifully my last, my companions and another werak gathered under a pitiless clear sky to exchange songs, their way of recording history. Some understand the glyphs but choose not to use them, asking, "What is a song without voices?" By this point, I knew better than to answer. My deeds warranted a whole verse in the song of my companions, but from what I could make out, much was lost in the translation. Still, there was laughter enough, and many promised to leave me a Banuk farewell mark for our time together. I parted ways with the werak not far from the high bloom and set about climbing back down to Dawn's Sentinel, and with it, sun-blessed civilization. As for the farewell marks, I saw no such thing when I packed my wetly frozen belongings. Another Banuk mystery, perhaps, and my advice to you, dear reader, is to let these people keep their mysteries to themselves. Damn. That's cool as hell. Man, the lore. A+, man.
I miss the smells of smoke and sweat. That's how you know you've done a good day's work.
And all of this is just like chilling on these shelves. Like, you could so easily miss it.
Would you like to buy something today?
The world can wait. I'm not done.
Check out these wares.
The shadow carvers won't stop at Ursa. They'll pick off the strongest of our number, and the rest of us will scatter.
I'm down for Karja music. They got good music. Into it.
They even lived off the scrap they found. Sorry, I have no news that would interest you.
Okay. This place is neat.
You'll like what I have for sale, I promise.
All right, dude, I believe you. I'm not really interested right now, though, brother.
Won't cost you a shard just to look.
Although, if you do have free samples, I'm into that.
Fine goods for a fair price.
All right, where are you? God, where the hell are you even yelling at me from?
Don't pass up these goods.
Who the hell is this guy?
Check out these wares.
Dude. Ah, here we go.
Come take a look. I'll give you a good price.
Free sample box. Yes, thank you. Ooh, metal. An entire button adds map members hinting the location where metal flowers might be seen. Ooh, I'll buy that. It's in this free sample box. Good. All right. So he did have good stuff. He wasn't lying to me. Oh, neat. Oh, man. All right. I love that. So now we can find... All right. I really hope I didn't miss any lore, because that stuff is so good.
You'll like what I have for sale,
The
I
setting
promise.
sun makes it official. The workday is done.
Well, and what's interesting is that these flowers... Oh, it trades in meridians. So it's worth getting it because I can... There's so much shit to do, man. There's so much stuff to do in this game. It's unreal. Like, I want to get flowers. I want to get... I just want to get all the things. I want to do all the stuff and read all the stuff. See if I can find Mr. Marston out here. Whoa! What is that? Oh. That a thunder jaw? Oh. Thunderjaw, blaze canister, data nexus, disc launcher, freeze canister, heart, power cell, radar, cannon, tail. Holy crap.
They're scanning for me.
I ain't afraid. I'm not afraid. I probably should be. Holy shit, dude. Oh. Ah! Ah! What? Holy shit, dude. You are intense. Whoa, 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 whoa.
I felt that.
Oh, did I freeze it? What up, Dino? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh my god. Oh! That gun's gotta go, man. Oh my god. Oh god.
Hello.
Yeah! Oh man. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Oh, that was awesome. Damn. That was cool. That was really cool. How do I apply a modification? Modify outfits. Resist melee attack. Oh, that was so cool. All right. That was Thunderjaw is absolutely my favorite. That thing was badass. I was not expecting to fight that. Like, that thing does not mess around.
You'll do.
Ooh, yeah. Tormented giveaway. Today's giveaway is sure to please die-hard Tormentors. Passcodes to Sneak Peek Tormented 666 free of charge. Experience the latest installment of Joel Knoll's seminal Splatter Hollow franchise right alongside our review staff. Rumor is 666 pours the gore, so grab one of 66 free passes by screaming, "I want to get splattered" to splatsend.hollow and Data Corrupted. Interesting that there's some dead watchers here that we did not participate in eliminating. Look at that. There's dead shit all over the place. What's going on here? Hey, what up? Don't these Karja dudes look like the guards from the Wizard of Oz? Oh, wee, oh. Whoa. Oh, wee, oh. Whoa.
Here they come. Must be Lonesome Rock. Let's try quiet.
All right, so this is a bandit camp, it seems. Go to Lonesome Rock. Woo, gonna be interesting to see what's in there in part 8, huh? Freds, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end of part 7. It's a little mixed bag of stuff. I really love how much there is to do here. I realize that it means that sometimes there's a lot of just running around and not a ton of analysis, but we did get some good stuff when we talked to the Karja. So I'm excited to see what the other side of the story is on this. Hopefully she's in there and she's okay. Leave a like, leave a comment, follow the links in the description, subscribe to the channel, come hang out with us on Twitch sometime. If you're binging, I'll see you in part 8. If you're waiting for the next one to come out, I will, we'll get it out as soon as we can. But I appreciate so much that you are willing to watch these, and I will see you in the next one.